All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New England Patriots. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Jump! 180! Jump! 55! I'm coming!
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now before this second down play, we'll get... whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on! 180! Let's go one more!
On second down, Michel trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd down.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Out of the gun, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. On first down, Watson going deep here for Stills. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now with first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fourth down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Back deep, Julian Edelman. This is fielded at the 27. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nick.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. Whitney Merciless has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Jam, 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 jam. 64.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Check safety, check safety. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
36, 36. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey, alert.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Open man is Gordon, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the blood, watch the blood, watch the blood.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, he's going to rifle one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, first down. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 31, Trubisky, and it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, New England.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Trubisky. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down.
And the Patriot first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Michel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Trubisky to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Trubisky will throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the gun, they run with Michel. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Watch the pass. Check 13. Check 13. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. This is White on the screen. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Now Trubisky. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the pass 3. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Check 55, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On second down, Michelle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down. Operating from the gun, Watson. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range. Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Carter. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Hey, 59. 51's the mic. Watch the car. Watch the car.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd down and 4, Watson. He's got Fuller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, it's caught. It's Miller. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Josh Gordon, 89 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
It's caught inside the 25. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Here's Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air yet again, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. On the return, Carter. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Watson now to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Going deep for Hopkins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On the ground, Michel. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Throwing here, Trubisky. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
14.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. On 2nd and 10, Watson. It's caught inside the 25. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup and even 50 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And it's a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Now Michel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Lock in, lock in.
On second down now, Michelle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. Open man is Gordon, complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Off the draw, here's Michelle. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Back. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Slam.
They go right back to White here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, 18.
They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. New England on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Check three. Kill.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The corner, Stephon Gilmore on the stop.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Watson on third down. Going deep here for Stills. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Again, it's Michelle. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33.
I think it's pretty easy to say this is a ginormous third down opportunity here for the defense. And I'm just going to tell you, Brandon, from my experiences, what you're saying in the huddle to each other is all the right things. Read your keys. Do your job. But the biggest one, you don't have to do more. Just do what you can do, and you can make this play.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he finds Stills, complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Texans' 36-yard line.
Set. 10-2 stop.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Patriots, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Not a day in my life, knows my